Prawie herbatę wylałem. Siema, siema, z tej strony Addis Big Bad Dice.
To be honest,
Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, jedziemy. Nie będziemy gadać za dużo.
the fortress isn't ideal for a man.
Chyba, że przestali już gadać, tak? No to Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, gramy, nowy region zaczęliśmy chyba. Już mogę mapę włączyć? A to tylko ten... A, czyli już jest nowa mapa.
Jesus Christ be praised. Oh, excuse me.
My meaning.
Perfectly, my lord.
My apologies, but we've already eaten, and I wasn't expecting more guests. I wouldn't want to give the impression that I'm feeding you with leftovers.
Not to worry, Sir Peter. The leftovers from the Margrave's table is still a banquet for us. For me, at least. But I'm just a village girl.
I wouldn't have thought it, good wife.
Oh, you would, sir. But don't concern yourself. I don't mind it.
The last few weeks we've been sharing dry bread and stewed peas with a horde of dirty warriors. I seriously doubt that the fare you offer could offend us.
I understand. Undoubtedly, you've been through a lot.
And we've a lot more to face.
Eat whatever takes your fancy, my friends. You look like you've had a hard journey.
The journey wasn't so bad, especially compared to what came before it.
Where are you coming from, anyway?
From Trusky.
That's Czarcia von Burgo's domain. What were you doing there, pray tell?
We were in a castle cellar, talking to an old acquaintance.
My God, how did that happen?
Simple. I'm in the service of Lord Sokol of Lamberg, same as Dry Devil, and I had a job to do around Trusky, if you get my meaning.
Absolutely. But it was...
Actually, it was pretty much. We even took a castle.
Well, more like a small stronghold.
And we nearly got von Berghoff, too.
And what prevented you from completing that righteous deed?
Actually, it's a little bit my fault.
What are you saying, boy?
Me and my lords were sent to negotiate an alliance with von Berghoff. But that snake was using us the whole time to do his dirty work. He pretended he was willing to cross over to the side of Wenceslas. But instead, he sent us to fight against the king's allies.
And if that wasn't enough, von Orlitz and the Prague militia joined.
But why would the Pragas send forces to Trusky?
But they didn't, sir. They weren't sent to Trusky, but here. They just stopped off to...
Here? To my fortress?
Not just here, but everywhere where King Wenceslas...
And that's also one of the reasons why we... It seems Sigismund's run out of patience. He's going to break the truce and finish off the rebellion while he still has time. So he's convened all his followers in Kuttenberg with von Berghoff and von Orlitz in the lead. It's just a matter of time before the battles begin.
We've got to secure the fortress quickly, stock up on supplies, reinforce the guard and drill the troops. But I'm grateful to you, friends. Wait here. Bring that red from Burgundy.
You might want to save some for Jobst.
I'll gladly risk his displeasure.
It seems we both have the same opinion of Jobst.
Well, that is, I wouldn't... Where do you know him from?
I don't really know him as such. We merely know each other due to my...
Yes, I've heard of you. They say you used to be, well...
Yes, a bandit. It's no secret, sir. King Wenceslas even put a price on my head once. And Catherine here, if she...
I'm sure that's of no interest to the noble gentleman. And anyway, if anyone knows Jobst well, it's Henry here. You two are quite on friendly terms, aren't you?
Well, we only met once, in fact.
Anyway, we're straying a little from the point. As I said, one of the reasons we came here is to warn you. And the other goes by the name... Where is he?
Well, he was here for a while. At my...
Was here? So he's...
Where did he go?
I couldn't say.
That's quite normal for him.
I had no issue with him. It's more about Margrave Jobst.
Disturbed?
Well, let's say, after an exchange of opinions, I'm sure if you're interested in the details,
What was Dry Devil doing here?
waging war, if you can call it that. He ambushed 3 of Sigismund's supply caravans. It made me a little nervous. In the end, it was Jobst himself who sorted it out.
Why is Jobs taking such risks? He almost put himself in Sigismund's reach. What for?
To do what he's been doing all his life. Scheming.
One could put it that way. He's seeking allies amongst the undecided lords, and winning over to our side some of the ones who've sided with Sigismund so far.
He wants to make deals with turncoats?
Alas, that's the way it goes in politics. The majority lean towards the side where they expect the least problems. Just between us, I'm not too pleased myself about Jobst's strategy, and I'm the last one who'd wish for violence.
What do you think about all of this, sir? Sigismund, Wenceslas, Jobst?
What kind of question is that? Do you doubt my loyalty to our king?
No, that's not how I meant it.
Henry here sometimes forgets to weigh his words, sir.
That's all right. To be frank, we all know that King Wenceslas isn't the great man his father Charles was. But that is the way of the world. History is full of kings who didn't know how to wear the crown. The blood running in their veins is more important than what's in their heads. He's not a capable ruler. What of it? In my opinion, kingship is above all a guarantee of divine peace. A sovereign's greatest asset is his legitimacy.
But what if the sovereign is truly bad?
I'll put it this way. Nobody.
Least of all bad kings. Isn't that right, sir?
So,
The Margrave will certainly want to talk to you. But I hope until then...
Just an offer. So you'd let us...
Well, the Margrave did ask me to look after...
Who's security?
Good question.
So be it. I couldn't take another step.
sir, there's still one more thing we came for. Lord von Berg, and we also have to warn Jobst's ally, John of Liechtenstein.
Sorry, I don't. I didn't even know von Bergau had come here and...
Which is actually good news. If he'd been caught and executed, the word would be all over the region.
Thank you for the warm welcome.
It's the least I could do, lad. My fortress is open to all the kings.
I suppose I ought...
I had some chambers prepared for all of you. Cross that corridor and go up the stairs. You can't miss it. But first, eat your fill. All of you. And I told my servant Susanna to prepare baths for you.
Weźmy trochę jedzonka na drogę. Chociaż się nażarłem przed chwilą, się zatrułem nawet. Jesteś zbyt obciążony, by biec. Tym jedzeniem.
Look what I have for you.
Greetings to you.
Show me your way.
Może coś sprzedam dla niej? Pierścień. Będzie mi się rzeczy popsuło. Już kasy nie ma tyle. Dobra.
What can you do? Maybe next time then, sir.
Lord Pisek said...
Yes, sir. I prepared the hot water and fragrant oil.
I could get used to this.
If sir will allow, I'll help you on.
Hey, doggy?
I szczel. Jaki drogi, 917 aż. Będzie miał koszmary znowu? Chyba nie tędy, co? A, tu są schody, dobra.
I apologize. Greetings.
You wouldn't happen to...
I don't know, but I...
What?
A respectable woman doesn't talk about that kind of thing.
How are you, dear?
All the better for being greeted so respectfully. But I hope my husband didn't hear you. He's terribly jealous.
I beg you, I'm asking.
If it's me, you'll have... God be with you.
No to tu, tak. Belek mam nawet. To mój schowek. A, ma jednak koszmar.
So you got your revenge? Father, did it make you feel any better? It did. So what comes next?
Mark von Aulitz is next. Then von Berghoff.
And is that what you really want, son? No matter how many people you kill, you can't change what's happened.
It's what I want.
Are you sure, Henry?
What? What's happening? Why are you waking me up? You again?
Yes, the Margrave is calling for you, sir. You and the other gent.
You mean Zizka?
I suppose. I don't know what his name is, but he's waiting down in the courtyard. I'm just on my way to tend to his wounds.
And what about Catherine?
That's the good wife who arrived with you?
Ugh.
Before you go, I brought you some... Oh, have I been too bold?
No. Do you need anything else?
No, sir.
So,
You haven't dismissed me, sir.
I'm not a nobleman.
I do, since you...
That is...
Thank you.
A to moje śniadanie, tak? Kurde, jak na bogato. Czemu nie mogę jeść od razu stąd? Puszczą mnie wreszcie, czy nie? No i idzie pan. quest jakiś jest. Skryba. Nie chce ze mną gadać, czy czemu? Kurde. Ruch jak na krajowej ósemce. Czym chcę gadać? Sprzedać mi ksiąg, czy coś takiego?
Excuse me. You see, meine Dame, we aren't idle here.
Będzie pojedynek! Ale im włamocze! O, jaka ładna nowa grafika.
You see, meine Dame, we aren't idle here.
Hello.
A to ten zazdrosny taki?
Alex. I'm just holding a discussion with the captain here.
That's not how I'd put it. In the end, as mein Großvater said, the strings of a cat. What do you say, lad?
I have to admit, the soldiers here look...
I get the feeling you'd run instead of facing them, though. Hey?
Jak podpuszcza mnie.
Meine Dame, no, but
Now look here, I was just being polite. I'd happily...
ach ja?
Do you fancy yourself a knight?
Komm, Junge. We'll stuff your clothes with straw, so you don't come. Pull cock, come here. The first to bleed.
O, jak mnie dźgnął! O, to teraz się będziemy bawić. Spróbujemy perfect strike'iem. W sensie idealnym super atakiem. I w oko mu wbije ten nóż chyba. Już nie odpuszczę tego, no bez jaj. Będziemy się teraz wczytywać z tą grą, co? Kurde, chciałem mieć taką zbroję jak na tej grafice. Można się kupić coś.
You see, meine Dame?
Hello? I'm just...
That's in there. What do you... What did... Why don't...
I'll sort you out nicely.
No problem. But I'm not sure it'll be a fair...
Then you'll...
Come, you... Pull cock. The first...
Jeszcze krwi miał być.
Mercy! Leave me be!
Kutasia, rzuty.
Excellent.
Gut gemacht. You have my admiration. You really are...
You should receive some kind of reward for that feat.
And what rewards would you have in mind?
I was rearranging our saddlebags and
Oh. What is it?
Rozczarowany.
I was meaning to sell it.
My word. I better go and find Zizka.
I saw Zizka next to the stage.
Do you want to come with us?
Not really. I have a feeling we'll have
Why?
a woman's...
O, już nie jestem wciążony. Kapitan Frondel! No.
How's it going, Captain?
Sehr...
What of it? So is there anything you need a hand with?
Was soll ich sagen? After our Lord paid ransom for our... Aber warte. You ought to have a word with our huntsman Dobro. See,
Someone poached a...
White roebuck?
Yeah, and Dobrosh takes it as a...
What exactly do you mean?
Just ask him if there's anything new happening. Oh, ja, ja. Und das war alles.
All right, thank you. I'd like to learn...
What are you...
Dobra, na razie szkoda kasy mi. A czy to tutaj nie była wcześniej w prologu misja? Tu byliśmy, na tych flankach.
And this skull.
O.
It's strange.
How are things?
What do you think?
Not so great. I'm feeling pretty battered.
Just wait until you've been through as much as I have.
Nah, don't say that.
Jak na kogoś to zabił naszych znajomych, to całkiem się nieźle zaprzyjaźnili.
But enough chat. I see.
That's why I'm here. I wanted to take Catherine along too, but she said she'd rather get the horses ready.
She's doing the right thing, and you better run ahead.
What about that?
No, nobody asked him where. I'm not surprised. He might.
Are you expect?
I always expect trouble. And the way things are these days, I'd rather have...
Should I?
So what? You already know him.
All right, but he sent.
A bit odd, I suppose. But you must
All right then, I'll be going then.
Wanker!
A to nasz łowczy. Patrzcie, stąd nam nie pozwolą wyjść. Oj, kowala znalazłem.
How can I help?
What do you have?
Najpierw sprzedajmy śmieci. O, co on taki biedny? No bez jaj! Może inaczej, spróbuję coś kupić, może fajnego ma. Co on tutaj taki? Taki kapalin. Kurde, chciałbym jakiś hełmin, już mnie wkurza ten. Nic nie ma, to jest biedak. To gorsze.
Hope you find what you're looking for next time, good sir.
Welcome, sir.
What goes on in the forest, huntsman?
There are poachers prowling in the woods, a band led by this ginger-headed muck of Marshowitz. They've been causing trouble for quite some time, but now they've really overdone it.
What happened?
They killed a rare white roebuck that lived in our woods. Killed and skinned it. Sir Peter of Pisek put a bounty on their heads. The bounty's yours if you help me track them down.
Do you know any more?
They're led by some fella called Markov. From what I've heard, they showed up in the village below. The guards always sent them packing. Our knacker, Wolfram.
I must say.
It's an exceedingly rare animal. Sir Peter forbade hunting it, but I wouldn't have even if I could.
That knacker, Wolfram.
Oh, he has a dishonourable profession, true enough. But having the gall to work with poachers, he's on thin enough ice as it is, being a knacker and all. If his lordship found out he had it, but he might know something.
All right, huntsman.
Excellent. And if you meet our capital, every member of that band carries a squirrel tail on them. Probably a bat.
Where should I look for?
Ah, that's the hard part. I'm sure they have a hideout in the... If you don't know what to do, you can try to get something...
Thanks for the advice.
God be with you, good sir.
Gdzie on jest? O. To on? A tak, przecież on wyjechał taki wkurwiony. Nie wygląda na rycerza. Ale pamięta mnie.
Where's Captain Żiżka?
He got held up.
I received a report that von Bergov's banner is flying in the camp of my dear cousin Sigismund, so I assume the negotiations at Trotsky didn't go too smoothly.
No, sir. I don't have good news for you, I'm afraid.
Well, good or bad, I'm sure you have plenty to report. So what happened with von...
Bergov had no interest in our message. By the time we finally arrived at Trotsky, he'd already long since made a deal with... But of course, he didn't tell Sir Hans and me anything. And on top of that, everything went to hell in the end, and we ended up in a dungeon. Or at least I did. In fact, that's why we're here. We were following von...
So I've heard. But it's been some time since our meeting in
Well, it wasn't the best circumstances to meet Żiżka in. We crossed swords. I can only thank God we didn't kill each other.
And who was giving Żiżka orders? Do you know?
I think it's some Jan Sokol of Lamp.
That would make
Forgive me, my lord, but how is it possible you don't know? Aren't you all on the same side?
Bear in mind that my dear cousin, His Majesty, and each of them has their own ideas.
That might not end well. My ma used to say when two different people do...
Your mother was clearly a wise woman. Nonetheless, I've heard you've had another proverb in Bohemia.
Well, if the same applies to the ginger...
Time will tell. Let's move on. I heard something about a pillar. What?
Things went wrong right from the beginning. Lord Capon and I were lucky to get out of it alive. But no one at
Von Berghoff refused to aid a nobleman in need. That seems pretty low for...
Well, to be honest, Lord Capon... We were ambushed while bathing in a pond. And then we fled through the woods.
Ah, that must have...
Not only for him, sir. I may be just a bastard.
Believe me,
O, udało się.
didn't intend in the... In any case, are you sure there's...
Well, you should probably know that Istvan Toth was working for von Berg,
Nemesis.
one of Sigismund's cronies. He was causing havoc.
Ah, yes. Hanush and Radzig...
They had to.
Yes. Well, it's actually quite heartening.
Well, no one let him go this time.
Very good. From what I've heard, he was a bandit and a cut...
Isn't Żiżka a bandit too, though?
Żiżka is loyal to Wenceslav.
To jest nasz bandyta.
He's no bandit or cut... But let's move on.
That's all that happened, sir.
Truly. My court messenger and bearer of tidings, both good and bad, John... By the way, you said you were in von Berghoff's dungeon. And I...
Czekajcie, bo kot coś chce. Włączam pauzę. Dobra, już jestem.
How they treated you there. Tell me.
Well, although it wasn't me who told him, von Berg...
What information?
About Liechtenstein. I'm really sorry, sir, but...
That is... But you've nothing to be ashamed of. I think it's too much to expect...
But Lord Liechtenstein...
John went straight into the lion's den. He knew... Thank you for the news. You're free to go if you want. But I would be glad if you stayed at the fortress. As soon as it's possible, you can join a legation heading for Rattay.
What? Go home? I have to rescue Sir Hans.
A noble thought.
But you mustn't worry about Lord...
But I made a promise.
I understand, but honestly, Lord Capon is now the most sensible course now.
Żądanie? Okupu? Nie.
Ah, Captain Zizka. Henry and I were just discussing Lord Capon.
Yeah, the Margrave thinks he's in no danger, and we should wait for a ransom demand.
As one does.
I wanted to talk to you about something else. I suppose you're wondering why your friend Hinnek, also known as the Dried Devil, isn't here?
Oh, there's plenty of gossip going on around the fortress. You and Pisek refused to grant him asylum.
Asylum is for those in distress, Captain. Hinnek came to burn and pillage. I have quite different plans.
And what might those be, Margrave? Sitting and talking while King Wenceslas rots in a dungeon. What would I expect? Not so long ago, you were conspiring with Sigismund against Prokop, your own brother.
It would be futile trying to explain to you the intricacies of the Luxembourg's dynastic politics. Let me just explain that that was what was called for in the situation. But I assure you that I am now acting in the best interests of this country and of King Wenceslas.
You're acting first and foremost in your own interests. Everyone knows that.
Strong words coming from a man who earns his bread by killing merchants on the road.
Ojej, a przed chwilą bronił go.
No offense intended. I applaud your art. The pen is mightier than the sword, but there are times when it's vice versa. Enter!
All ready to leave now, sir?
Good. It's high time. I expect the captain was about to leave anyway. Are you not?
With pleasure.
And you, Henry?
Me? Well, sir, I made a promise.
I understand. I won't attempt to keep you here by force. But bear in mind, I have concluded a very fragile truce with Sigismund, which gives us time to get ready. And if anyone should disrupt my plans with headstrong acts of violence, there will be consequences. Grave consequences. I consider this matter closed. Farewell and good luck.
I get the feeling Yopes didn't make a great impression on you. Are we leaving?
Yeah. And Henry's going with us.
Wait, you'll help me find Capon?
Sure. But we'll need people for that. And information.
Czas na nową wioskę, tak?
Stay close. The devil doesn't know you, but he should recognize me, even like this, unless he's too drunk.
What is your plan, anyway? Go from village to village, hamlet to hamlet, until we find him?
That won't be necessary. We just have to visit places where you can get booze.
So all the taverns and dens in the region?
If it comes to that.
Chciałbym rzucić do gry swobodnej.
I'm up for that.
Don't get your hopes up. We'll have a beer, listen to the local rumor mill. If we don't find anything, we'll pay up and move on.
Where do we start?
I have heard of a place that's a favored meeting spot of bandits, poachers, and all kinds of scum. If I was looking for the devil, or at least someone who knows something about him, that's where I'd go.
Sounds like a good place to start. And if we find the devil...
Kuszu będę strzelać.
What then?
If we're really to step on Sigismund's toes, we need capable men. And the devil's capable. Of anything, really.
Chyba bardzo duża mapa będzie, no nie?
That's what his band is called. They're exactly the sort of men we need.
And what do you have in mind when you say step on Sigismund's toes? What about Liechtenstein and Capon?
The same thing we did to von Berghoff. But don't worry, it's gonna take a lot of time before we're ready. In the meantime, hopefully Catherine will find out where young Liechtenstein is hiding. If his spy network really lives up to the legend, he'll surely know where they're keeping young Capon.
I just hope Sir Hans is all right.
Why wouldn't he be? He's the Lord of Perkstein. He's of no use to them dead.
Wszyscy spokojni, tylko nie Henryk.
He's alive. I might as well hang myself. Anyway, how much farther is it?
Still a long way to go. Shall we speed up?
Aye. The sooner we get there, the better.
Do roboty, do roboty. Kurde. Taka daleka droga? O masakro, co to za mapa jest w ogóle?
We're here. I hope our journey doesn't prove...
O, chyba już są. To będzie nasza baza? A to jest nasz czart.
I warned you, you had it coming, you drunk.
Będziemy się bić na śmierć?
I didn't see it. Does feel better when I've had a drink. It's a gift from God.
Either you pay us back our coin, or you can leave your head with us.
You wouldn't get a groschen for an alternative, mine.
You're right about that.
I'd have a use for that turnip. But I can only pay for it with iron.
Shiska?
You turn on your heel and get going. If you value your life. You might have noticed there's more of us than you.
That can be fixed.
We're going to get them, you hosen! Not tough enough on your own!
You'll fuck with me.
Do I have to pull you out of trouble again?
It's good to see you too, Shiska.
That doesn't matter now.
Huh?
You're looking at all that's left of...
I see we have a lot to talk.
That we do. Henry, this is Kubienka.
Hiya, lad. And
thanks.
Not that I couldn't handle them myself.
He would be one of the best archers north of the Alps. If he wasn't drunk or...
Shouldn't we leave before someone notices the corpses?
Easy, lad. This was the devil's den. If we behave ourselves, the innkeeper will just charge us.
There will be plenty of time to get acquainted with the local... We're looking for the devil. Where is he?
Well, when I said we have... This is the innkeeper, Dreadlight.
Gentlemen, I won't have this. You're murdering my guests and making a mess.
They started it.
They've been drinking on credit for half a day. Who's going to pay for this now?
If you search their pockets and sell their weapons, that should cover it. And I have a feeling Kubienka here owed them some dice winnings.
I didn't cheat.
Pay him.
All right, then. Here you go.
Ah, I see you are a nobleman and a generous one at that. You didn't have... We'll clear away the corpses, pour some sand on the blood, and no one will know what...
That's nice of you. But leave...
Nobody will be looking for them anyway. Only the catchpoles would be interested in them. You might...
Did you hear Lord Shiska?
Yes, I did. Of course. I'm leaving.
Who's this devil fella of yours, anyway?
He's an angry, dangerous murderer. Someone you want on your side, but never against you.
And a treacherous old fox, too. One time, he was besieging a castle, and when they refused to surrender, he dressed up as a begging hag. They let him in, and he slit their throats in their sleep. I still regret not being there to see that.
I was there. In fact, he kidnapped that hag's grandsons and told her he'd cripple them unless she let him in the castle. She opened the gate for him at night, and you know the rest.
Ha! Well, I could better the way Devil tells it.
Is it just you and the devil here? Where's the rest?
That's the problem.
What problem?
Well, I'm alone here.
Where's everybody else?
I'd like to know that too. When the devil was captured, they scattered. Some are dead, some ran for the hills. Some are probably holed up somewhere drinking.
What? The devil's been captured and that's how you tell me the news?
Who captured him?
How should I know?
Shit, Kubianka, you must know who came.
Well, we botched this job in Kuttenberg. It was supposed to be before we could react. They knocked the devil down and pounded on.
Fuck.
It pisses me off that we had to leave him there.
Do you know where they're keeping?
Why? The town guard took him.
Fuck.
My words. Otherwise, not even a mouse can get in there.
How long has it been since he was captured?
I've been sitting here drinking ever since.
A month? They haven't hanged...
That's the thing. The devil's famous. Lots of people want him dead. They want to send his soul to the Lord. The devil is a proper...
What are they planning to do with him?
The devil's got a fat prize on his head. There are several empty tents in Sigismund's camp, thanks to him. They'll take him to their camp outside of town.
Who told you that?
When someone owes your dice wager, they'll spill him what they say the people of Kuttenberg...
If they're going to move him, that could be our chance.
He will be watched by a dozen armed guards. We're only 3.
I thought the devil would have at least 10 men. But other than that...
I was going to hire some muscle for help here.
More like I know you. But... Can you think of anything else?
Well...
Have you got some?
Well, not on me. But
Maybe?
Maybe. Surely.
Well, what place is that?
This narrow gully with a nice curve that backs for some west of here.
Looks like there's still some sense.
And what about me?
You'll go with Kubianka to get the hand cannons. He may be...
Great. At least...
Don't dilly-dally. And when you have them, keep an eye on him. And don't let... So if I understand correctly, you're not afraid of any dirty work. Or am I wrong?
Well, you're half wrong. If we're gonna get our hands dirty, we want to be paid for it. The bathhouse ain't free. I'll make you. First things first. Coin is...
Why is this all sticky? I apologize.
O, ja chciałem. Co za kowal? Gdzie tu kuźnia niby jest? Przecież to ruiny same.
God be with you, neighbor.
Greetings.
Urbeksy. O, patrzcie, mówiłem się i punkt życia odzyskałem. A tu jest kuźnia jakaś. Może będzie miała przez sprzęt wreszcie. Albo kasę jakąś. O, to trzeba będzie zrobić.
What would you like? What do you...
Też biedny. Nie ma tej stali tołdańskiej, czy jakiej tam. Specjalnie zrobili taki silny basinet, żeby ten... żeby go nosić całą grę. Tarcie bobki. No kasy tyle nie... A, kupno, dobra, zapłać 400.
I'd like to do... All right. Thank you, sir. And come again.
So hop on, we have to ride.
I'm sorry.
Show me your...
Quest podobno ma.
Nothing to your liking, sir?
Dobra, jedźmy z nim.
Hop on, we have to ride.
We have to ride! Szykl. Śledź.
How did you meet Shishka anyway?
We tried to capture him, but he ambushed and captured us instead.
That sounds like Shishka. But that is how friendships for life are made.
With one of them in jail, while the other mocks them through the bars.
Actually, that's how I met my wife.
You have a wife? Where is she now?
Where could she be? Maybe rotting in the jail. I left her there on our wedding night.
Well, if that's what you say.
Oh, come on, Henry. You must have some fun, even if you are about to hang. Do not frown. It does not suit you.
I'm not frowning. I just didn't think it was funny.
Oh, Lord, another war. You get along with Shishka famously, don't you?
I'd gladly laugh if you said something funny.
Looks like I might have to carve a smile onto your face. Maybe a graceful and mysterious one. Like the Virgin Mary's. What do you say? I'll put my heart into it.
Give it a try.
Haha, really? Sounds like a challenge.
You nearly got killed just now, yet you're stirring shit again.
Oh, well, I cannot help myself. Life's to be lived, and the body's to go to the grave properly fucked up. So I take it easy. As they say in Latin, cop a demon.
Carpidimium.
Mercenary, cutthroat, swindler, drunk, and on top of that, a philosopher.
I'm a man of many. You know what.
O, nie odkryło mapy po drodze. Aż tnie się.
Some drinks.
Oh, come on. You do not even know me. We will get to know each other once we have a drink together. Speaking of which, would you have a drop on you?
No.
Fuck. I never ride out without some supplies. I don't know if I can stand it.
A few more stupid jokes and I'll plug your gob. But it won't be with booze.
You are very lucky to be with Shishka, that you saved me.
I'm starting to regret it.
That's why I like you. We will have so much fun together. I feel it in my bones. But we better pick up our pace. I need to piss.
Daleko jeszcze? Dobra, wiecie co, my będziemy kończyć. Jutro zakończymy tą przygodę, bo nie wiadomo jak długo jeszcze będą jechać. Do następnego, cześć.